We are standing on the precipice of a historical earthquake. The explosive direct war between the United States and Iran that rocked global markets for over 100 days has suddenly hit a massive turning point. In a stunning geopolitical twist, Donald Trump and Iranian leadership have just agreed to a definitive, historic 14-point Memorandum of Understanding to silence the guns and halt a conflict that was threatening to drag the entire world into World War III. Behind the scenes, regional players like Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif worked tirelessly through delicate mediation channels to prevent a total economic collapse across South Asia and the Middle East. Forget the corporate media narratives and the propaganda. Today, we are bringing you absolute journalistic justice. We are uncovering the raw facts of the June 2026 ceasefire. Who actually gains the upper hand? How does it reshape the globe? And what are the exact 14 clauses that just rewrote history? Let's find out. To fully understand this monumental breakthrough, we must look at how the conflict reached this boiling point. Following months of devastating naval blockades, skyrocketing oil prices, and intense kinetic strikes, the global economy was fracturing. President Donald Trump, keeping an eye on domestic political pressures, shifted toward a deal, while Iran fiercely protected its national sovereignty. The breakthrough gained momentum thanks to crucial diplomatic pathways facilitated by regional neighbors. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif strategically balanced Pakistan's foreign policy, advocating heavily for regional peace, the protection of shared borders, and the desperate need to secure regional energy corridors like the Iran-Pakistan gas pipeline. These combined diplomatic pressures culminated in the historic June 2026 framework drafted to establish a 60-day negotiation window. Let's dissect the absolute reality of this newly revealed 14-point Memorandum of Understanding, based entirely on documented State Department and diplomatic sources. Point number 1. The United States, Iran, and their respective allies declare an immediate and permanent termination of military operations on all fronts, explicitly including the active conflict zone in Lebanon. Point number 2. Both the United States and Iran officially undertake to respect each other's state sovereignty, territorial integrity, and strictly refrain from interfering in each other's internal affairs. Point number 3. The United States commits to immediately lifting its intense naval blockade around Iranian ports, clearing away all interference, and restoring maritime traffic to full capacity within 30 days. Point number 4. Iran agrees to take immediate reciprocal steps to ensure that the movement of commercial merchant ships through the vital Strait of Hormuz is restored to its pre-war volume within 30 days. Point number 5. Iran officially pledges that it will make arrangements using its best efforts for the safe passage of commercial vessels, ensuring no transit tolls or charges are applied for at least 60 days. Point number 6. The United States, alongside its regional partners, undertakes to create a comprehensive plan for the rehabilitation and economic reconstruction of Iran, ensuring funding of at least $300 billion. Point number 7. The United States commits to terminating all types of economic sanctions against Iran, including rolling back United Nations Security Council resolutions on a strict schedule tied directly to the final agreement. Point number 8. The Islamic Republic of Iran officially reaffirms and pledges that it shall not procure, pursue, or develop nuclear weapons under any circumstances. Point number 9. Both nations agree that the final disposition of Iran's stockpiled enriched material and its domestic nuclear needs will be fully addressed and settled during the upcoming technical talks. Point number 10. Pending the final agreement, both sides agree to maintain the strict status quo. Iran will freeze its nuclear expansion, and the United States will not impose new sanctions or strengthen its military forces in the region. Point number 11. Immediately upon signing, the United States Treasury Department will issue vital waivers for the export of Iranian crude oil, petrochemical products, and all associated banking and transportation services. Point number 12. In light of verified progress toward the final peace agreement, frozen or restricted Iranian financial assets held abroad will be progressively released to the Central Bank of Iran. Point number 13. Both countries agree to form a joint committee to oversee the implementation of this framework and resolve any operational disputes that may arise during the truce. And point number 14, following the execution of these initial steps, both sides officially enter into intense, direct negotiations in Switzerland to convert this temporary framework into a permanent, binding global treaty within 60 days. Looking at this objectively, who actually benefits? For Donald Trump and the United States, this deal successfully reopens the critical Strait of Hormuz, stabilizing global energy markets and offering a diplomatic victory ahead of critical domestic elections. But looking closely at the strategic balance, Iran has secured a monumental victory for its resilience. By refusing to break under maximum military pressure, Tehran forced the West to drop its regime change rhetoric. Iran walks away with immediate oil export waivers, access to billions in frozen assets, a massive $300 billion reconstruction framework, and a recognition of its sovereignty, all while keeping its core nuclear infrastructure intact on Iranian soil. Ultimately, diplomacy has proven that ultimatums do not work against sovereign nations. While the 60-day clock in Switzerland is ticking, Iran has successfully demonstrated that it remains an unyielding, permanent powerhouse in the global order. What do you think about this historic June 2026 deal? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, like, subscribe, and see you next time.